Week 17 breakdowns and free plays. Last NFL regular season video of 2020. We're going to take a look back at 2020 as well, just my records in all sports. Another profitable year for myself. I hope everyone had a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. We had another good NFL week going 5-2. The NFL holiday week was a very profitable week. 6 straight profitable NFL weeks for myself and subscribers, guys. Ending the 2020 season really strong. More winners given out on the video. I think that New Orleans game, we went perfect in that game. Obviously another winner, outright winner with the Panthers. Unbelievable run on the outrights. And we also hit the holiday teaser for you guys as well. Hopefully you're following these plays, seeing the NFL really well. Also, this is a run I've been on. I've been posting free plays in the Instagram and Fleet section. Instagram stories and Fleet section. 14-0 free prop run, guys. 14-0 free prop run. I don't know how it got there. I just would pick a smaller play that I liked as a prop. And it's somehow 14-0. So it's a great little run. We're going to see if we can end at 15-0. Look out for my Instagram stories. Follow me, System Capping. Or on Twitter. Twitter as well. System Capping. Check out my fleets. Check out the fleets there. It's easier, I think, on the fleets because it stays there and you can put up a picture. It's easier to see, right? You just click on that. If you have to scroll and look on the Twitter feed, it's hard to find sometimes. Week 16 was another wild one, guys. Fitzmagic showed up again with a wild comeback. Saints rolled to a nice blowout on Xmas Day and clinched the division there. We had 2 futures on the Saints. One was to win the division. One was to go over 10.5 wins. So I'll be posting all the futures at the end of the week 17. It's going to be a profitable future year. I'll be posting all that to the subscribers and on Twitter, so look out for that. If you bought the NFL package this year, you would have got all the futures. So if you got it at the beginning of the year, you would have got all the futures there. Jets win 2 in a row. Jets win 2 in a row, guys. They're not going to get their quarterback, Lawrence. They decide to show up at the end of the year for no reason, for some reason. But it ruined the Browns' playoff chances. The Browns obviously still have a chance to get in. But they didn't make it easy on them. They have to win this week. Good news is Pittsburgh looks like they are resting guys. Baltimore in the playoffs, guys. I wouldn't want to play them. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Ravens fan. You don't want to play this Baltimore team right now. They're playing really well. They've been hurt as well, and they're getting healthy. They should get Peters back. They should get Jimmy Smith back to help that secondary depth. But I wouldn't want to play these guys in the playoffs, guys. It looks like they will get in because they should beat Cincinnati this week. Now, Week 17 can be tricky, guys. I want to give you a little advice on betting on Week 17. It can be very tricky. You don't know if teams are going to show up. You don't know if teams are going to play everybody. So you really have to wait until the Saturday or Sunday, right? Unless you 100% know both teams are fighting for a playoff spot. Something like that, that's a little different. Some teams may rest guys because they already won the division or made the playoffs. So just don't make too many early bets. That's my opinion on Week 17. I can take a look at. You could take a look at different factors, of course. I already know. I'll go over a few already. That Steelers are resting Big Ben. That I know. They may rest some other starters. I just heard Big Ben so far. Chiefs announced that Mahomes will sit. So take a look at that as well. Chad. I think it's Chad Henne or Chad. Yeah, he's starting for them. McCaffrey out again, and Mike Davis. Okay, so I don't know who's playing running back for the Panthers there. And more will be announced closer to Sunday. Remember, this is Thursday morning, so I don't have everything as of yet. But watch out for that before you make the bets. Me, personally, I won't be releasing plays to subscribers probably until Saturday, just to make sure everything is, completed and the rosters are in, and I know who's playing before then. A couple COVID issues as well in Cleveland as of right now, so I'll be watching for that as well. Before we get into the games, let's do a quick 2020 review, guys. I started this service personally in August, where I always had a few guys throughout my years. Would have, a handful of clients, but I wasn't tracking it like on a website like I do now. But we started it officially in August with the website, keeping record, everything like that. And we've been profitable in 4 out of 5 months, guys. Profitable in 4 out of 5 months, which is really good. I think September wasn't profitable, if I recall right, but profitable in 4 or 5 months. Can't ask for much more. You're not going to be profitable every month of the year or every week. If someone tells you that, they're lying and they don't have a legitimate service. Okay, you are going to not have winning months, but at the end of the year, I've been profitable for 6 straight years personally. So at the end of the year, I'm going to be profitable. I'm confident I'm going to be profitable. And that's why I got into this, and that's why I started this. Like I said, I treat this as an investment and similar to stocks, where I should be profitable at the end of the year. However, when you're betting on sports, it's a lot more fluid. You can win a lot more, a lot quicker. With stocks, they barely move sometimes, right? So that's why I got into this. And another profitable year of 2020, and profitable in 4 to 5 months when I officially started the service. Let's take a look quickly at the records here. UFC, definitely my best overall in 2020. For best bets, we were 44-19, which is 70%. Very tough to get 70%, guys. Anywhere from 58 to 65 is very solid. And when you hit 70% on your best bets, it's a very profitable and exciting year. So I'm looking forward to 2021, see what it brings. We are plus 42.4 units altogether, right? Smaller plays, parlays, two fight parlays. So altogether we're 42.4 units, and that's a max 1 unit play, guys. Max 1 unit, 42.4 units year to date. PGA, a very good year in PGA as well. 16 profitable tournaments out of 23. Over 44 units profit and 6 outright winners, guys. 6 outright winners during that span. 7-2 best bet run. We are currently on before the break. So PGA has been very kind as well. NFL, very kind as well after a slow start. 44-22, last 66 bets. That's 67%. Large sample size, guys. Anyone can go in 1 month 75%, 70%. But after 66 bets, that's a large span. So 67%, very happy with that after a slow start, but we covered really well. The slow start panned on mainly trying to adapt to how good home field advantage takes, all the COVID issues, the injuries. So that's why there was a slow start, but now we're seeing NFL really well, and it'll be another profitable regular season, as we already are profitable, even though whatever happens this week. Overall, MLB, these are a couple lower volumes that I had. MLB season was 62% low volume. NHL playoffs, very low volume, 70%. NBA playoffs, 64%. Low volume, and NBA start to the year 4-1. NBA start to the 2021 year, we are 4-1. Like I said, all low volume. I don't bet MLB, NHL, or NBA every day. I limit myself, and that's how I find profit, by limiting myself. If I bet those sports every day, I don't think I'll be profitable. And plus, I'm focusing on other sports, right? So when I'm able to cap, 6-7 different sports. Not a lot of cappers do that out there. They usually focus on 1 or 2, and they're only able to profit within 4 months. I'm able to profit throughout the whole year, right? So when I get over 6 or 7 sports at once, it's tough. So I got to limit myself. You can view all updated records, systemsportscapping.com. I updated records after each play. So you can check that out there. Subscribers obviously receive emails from me, detailed write-ups on each play. And I post it on Instagram and Twitter for most of my plays after they have been completed. Week 17. Let's get right into it. We're going to go over the biggest games of the week. Let me have a little drink here. Much better. Biggest games of the week we're going to go over, guys. Now, these aren't specifically subscriber plays. One or two may end up being subscriber plays. It is Thursday, remember. But I'm going to go over the 4 big games here and what I like as of today, right? As of Thursday. Cowboys, -2.5 at Giants, total 44.5. Both teams need to win this game to have a chance at the playoffs and some help as well against Washington, right? Washington will be playing Philly, which we'll go over shortly in the Sunday Nighter. I like the role the Cowboys are on right now. Dalton playing better, not trying to do too much. Big win over the Eagles last week, which we were on the wrong side of. And they seem to, Eagles seem to be playing good ball, right? With the win over the Saints, close game over Arizona. Dallas came in. Eagles came into Dallas. Dallas beat them up, guys. There's nothing else more really to say there. And they're playing good football at the right time. They're playing good football at the right time to end the year, just like Baltimore, and I mentioned earlier. Dallas played well versus the pass last week, but continue to be poor in the run defense. That's the thing here. The run defense is not good. So I think the Giants will need to run well in this game to get the victory. Cowboys were able to get to the QB last week. That's going to be very important here as well. And the Giants allow 48 sacks so far this season, which is ranked 30th in the NFL, guys. 30th. If the Cowboys can bring pressure, I think they should win this game. I think that pressure is very important. I don't like what I'm seeing from Daniel Jones as of late. He will have to be much better, in my opinion. Gallman will have to run well in this one for the Giants to get the win at home. Elliott actually looked decent last week. He was, questionable to play. He came in, ran well. Pollard also looks decent when they get him in there. And I do expect the Cowboys to sneak this game out and win it and possibly get into the playoffs. I lean that. I also lean the under, 44.5. I think this will be more of a grind-out type of game. Probably cold there in New York as well. I haven't betted as of yet, but I do like the Cowboys as of right now to get this win by a field goal or more. Packers, -5.5 at Bears, total 52. This should be a fun one, guys. Bears are attempting to make a late, playoff push. They got to win this game here. I think they can get some help as well. From, I think, Arizona if they lose, because right now Bears are in a playoff position. They're playing well as late. Trubisky has looked great since returning back in the starting lineup. But the key has been David Montgomery, guys. Unbelievable. He's won me a fantasy league. He was on my bench in the middle of the year. He's been playing well. He got into my fantasy starting lineup. He's been running well for them. Down this stretch, guys. Probably one of the best backs towards the end of the year here. 90-plus yards in 4 of his last 5. With 7 touchdowns, guys. He did have a solid game with 102 yards versus them in Week 12. Packers D hasn't been great versus the run all year. I expect Montgomery to have a solid game here. Trubisky didn't look good in Week 12 versus the Packers. However, he's improved. He's looked much better as of late. Rating over 95 in 4 straight games. Yes, not against the best pass D, sure. But it shows he's still able to run this team, play well, and play well enough to win. And just look for Allen Robinson, guys. I think Allen Robinson is the most underrated wide receiver in this league. I think he's a top 10 wide receiver in this league. He just never had a quarterback. Imagine Allen Robinson on KC. Imagine Allen Robinson with Tom Brady a few years ago. He would be a top 5 wide receiver. But because he's getting Jacksonville quarterbacks and now Trubisky, this is why. And he's still putting up big numbers. 7 catches, 90 yards, a touchdown. That's what his line mainly is. So he is obviously a key factor in this game as well. And you can throw a little bit on the Packers, so it's going to be a very entertaining game to see what happens here. But the main breakdown in this one, guys, it's not too difficult. Can Chicago limit Rodgers and somewhat stop the run? Right? They will have to do a better job versus the run than Week 12. Week 12, Jamal Williams ran for 73 yards, and Jones had 90 yards on them, okay? So you can't have two running backs running like that, plus Rodgers throwing Adams, right? The Chicago D will have to be much better here if they want to win this game. I say Chicago hangs around and covers, guys. Plus 5.5 at home. Not my favorite play of the week, but as of right now, if you ask me to play, I would take Chicago plus 5.5. And I do think it can stay under. 52 seems a bit high in cold Chicago. Yeah, I would lean the under there. Cardinals -3 at the Rams. Total 41. Yes, total 41. And you probably guys know why. They will be out without Jared Goff. Rams are going to be out minus their quarterback, Jared Goff. Huge game for both teams. Bad timing to not have your starting quarterback for a team. Cardinals are coming off a holiday loss to the 49ers. Not a great time to lose at this time when you're fighting for a playoff spot. Now, Chicago controls their own destiny there, and it's tough to see. Cardinals are just so inconsistent. And exactly like the Rams, these two teams are very similar. Not the way they play, just how inconsistent they are. This Rams D should show up, and will need to if they want to see the playoffs. I don't think Rams are going to put up much points this week, guys. Last week they did versus Wilson, only allowing him to throw for 225 yards and a TD. We were on the under Wilson passing yards there. It was high, 270. Probably my favorite prop of the week cash there. Still couldn't get the window, the Rams, even though they played well on defense, and it was their offense that was the issue. Murray did struggle already versus the Rams this year, throwing for 176 yards, and Hopkins was held on Ramsey Island with only 52 yards. Arizona should go to a run game here with Murray running and Drake, in my opinion. If they listen to me and just run the ball, I think they have a good chance here. I would look at the over in rushing with Drake and Murray as well. But you never know how they're going to look at this game. I wouldn't test this Rams secondary much. They already tried. You've seen what happened. Trenches, I think, will be a big part in this game. Whoever wins it, I think, should win this game. Whoever wins that battle in the trenches should win this game. I just think the QB loss will be too much here at the end of the day, and the Cardinals win this game by a field goal or more. It is on -3 right now, so it's tough. Could easily be a 3-point win, right? Holford hasn't had a snap in the NFL, and the Cardinals' pass D has been much better as of late. Also, guys, Cooper Kupp should be out for this game. He's going to be on the COVID list, which would be another huge loss. Total looks a little bit low, guys, but if anything, I would play the under 41. But, yeah, I'm not going to be involved on the total in this one. Sunday nighter, guys, big game. All the teams will be watching, especially the winner of the Dallas game. Washington -1.5 at Eagles, total 43.5. Sunday nighter is a good one, and I will have, the Cowboys are going to be, I think Cowboys win that game, and they should be watching this very closely. Dallas was able to keep Hurts in check last week, and he did struggle to throw the ball. His feet were moving again, and we did hit on the over in rush yards. Got to wait to see what that comes out as. Yeah, I think it was 54.5. He got it in the high 60s. So we were on that. We were also on the Eagles last week. I expect them to show up with Hurts. They've been playing a lot better with, like I mentioned, with the wins over the Saints. They could have beat Arizona on the road there, but yeah, they didn't pull it off. This Washington team hasn't looked good down the stretch, guys, as well, right? If we're looking at Washington, part of that is to do with Haskins, yes, who they just released this week, which is a little surprising, but I guess maybe not. No one picked them up. Smith should be back in this one. Not 100%. Watch out for that. If Smith is back in this one, obviously it upgrades Washington's chances of winning. This is a tough game to call, just because again, Eagles very inconsistent. Have teams figured out Hurts, right? How is Hurts going to look against this Washington pass D? Very good this pass D. And Eagles are out of the playoff chase. So Washington needs to win this game. A couple of things here. Gibson should be back at full. I know he got 11 carries last week, but he should be back in the full here. McLaren, I don't know if he's playing. Their best wideout. You want to wait for that as well. Not too sure if he'll be playing in this one. I don't really have an opinion on this game. I would lean the under in the Eagles. But I won't be betting this game from a betting standpoint. Love to watch it, though. See if Washington can pull it off. You're going to wait for this. See if Smith is playing. Smith isn't playing. McLaren's not playing. I would jump on the Eagles and the under. Outright dog winner. What a segment this has been, guys. Another winner with the Panthers last week. This is 11 outright dogs on the year. 11 outright dogs on the year, guys. This week, Broncos. Broncos plus 120. Broncos plus 120. This Raiders team, it's just a joke. They have been playing bad football for the past, 6-7 weeks now. Blew the lead last week to the Dolphins. We all seen what happened there with Fitzmagic. And they just haven't been playing good football. Broncos can easily win this game at home. I say it's more of a 50-50 type game. If you're giving me Broncos plus 115, plus 120, sign me up with the Broncos in a 50-50 game in Denver, where they always have a home field advantage, right? Leave you guys with a teaser. Saints win and Seahawks win. 6-point teaser. I think both these teams get it done. Let's get another teaser. I think that if we win this one, it'll be 4 teasers in a row, if I recall right. So we've been doing very well in the teasers. All right, guys, I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. We're going to try to blow up this channel going through next year, 2021. I'll have some new graphics. I did get a new cam, so we'll be looking into that. And NFL obviously ends shortly, but I'll be here for all the playoffs, and we'll be still doing the UFC, probably get into some NBA and PGA as well. Enjoy the new year. Try to enjoy it. A lot of lockdowns around the world these days. But if your city is in lockdown, enjoy it. Don't drink and drive. And like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. See you in 2021. Take care.